Okay, welcome to the tutorial on how to use LabMentors at Central Piedmont Community College. First thing you're going to do is type in the URL in your browser, cpcc.tunnel.labmentors.com. And that'll take you, of course, to the portal login here. You will then need to go ahead and click here to register. And even if you've used LabMentors before in another course, each time you get a new passcode, you're going to need to do this. So let's go ahead and do this. Click here to register, and that will take you to this screen. Your instructor should have sent you a passcode. You need to keep this passcode. You're going to need to use this every time you visit the site. I have my passcode copied over into Notepad, so let's go ahead and paste that in here. And let's choose a password. Now you're going to want to use something probably similar to your Snap credentials. And go ahead and put your email in there so that they can provide some tech support if you need help. And select Create Account. And that will take you to this screen. Go ahead and click here to log in. And as you can see, you have My Labs on the left, My Profile, Lab Roll-Up, Help, Live Support, Help Desk. Now, checking compatibility, you're going to find this useful if you've never used LabMentors before. This provides you with a way of checking and seeing if your system is meeting the expectations LabMentors has for it. As you can see here, I have a firewall warning. Now, I happen to know that mine works right now, but these are simple things you can do to help yourself in using this system. The help desk and live support you might find helpful. The other thing you're going to need to do in this version of LabMentors is be using the eLab client. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to download this client and install it. Let's go over here to My Labs, since I already have the eLab client. And for SEC 289, you can see there's actually only one lab that we do inside of LabMentors. If you click this lab, it gives you a Launch Now, step-by-step guide, or you can set the schedule. We'll go ahead and launch now. It's going to ask me to open. This is the eLab client getting ready to take over. The instructions for the lab are over on the right. You can expand those so you can see them better, or you can minimize them. And the eLab client is loading. Alright, then the lab will come up. As you can see, it's a interface for the server here, Windows Server 2003. Instead of pressing Control-Alt-Delete to log in, if you try to do that, that'll be for your real machine. You need to actually send Control-Alt-Delete. Go ahead and click that up there and log in with the credentials provided over here in the document. And that'll log you into the lab. In this particular case, there are two machines. There is the server machine we just logged into, and there will also be a client machine in this particular lab. Notice the window went away, now it popped back up. And you can log in here to the machine. Now, sometimes you're going to reboot the virtual machine. You may have installed something on the virtual machine that required a reboot. It'll disappear and then it'll come back again when it's finished reloading. If it doesn't, you can go over here to this window, select Lab, and you can reconnect to the machine if it doesn't come back up on its own. Once you're finished with the lab, you can simply close the lab. Now, back at the virtual lab's home, and I got there by clicking this link, we mentioned there was an eLab client you must have. Before you begin a lab, go ahead and click the eLab client, select Run. That will download a small client file. Select Run again, and that will launch the eLab installation wizard. You would go ahead and select Next to install it and follow through like you would installing any other piece of software.